cat's gone crazy. She wants to drink the water out of this thing. Keep having to shoo her away. Anyway, so here are my little orchid beauties. I usually keep them inside this pot right here, but for the sake of showing you what's going on, I wanted to pull them out and have them in the nice daylight. It's not quite, I guess like almost just 8 now, and the sun is sort of behind the building, so it's not that bright right now. Anyway, these orchids are doing splendidly. There's no rots or anything like that. Let me see if I can pull out one of these. That's what you want to see with orchids. You want to see lots of these roots coming out of the ball. This is sphagnum moss, which is a type of fern that generally grows in Ireland, and they mine it for they also mine peat moss for making, actually no, I think the sphagnum moss comes from Canada. But anyway, that's what you want, a nice white, greenish roots, plump. That's a good root system there. So anyway, and of course, see, there she goes again. Cut it out. Stop drinking that water, you weirdo. Stop. Gosh, what a strange creature. I put that stuff in there too, that stuff that keeps the flowers fresh. She probably likes it, probably tastes good to her. Anyway, so they're all looking really good. Now, this one here is one to look out for, because it's one that the stem survived, but I don't see it really doing much. It's just still, well, it's at least it's not dead, but it's not really coming to anything. And same thing here, which is all right, as long as it's not dying. This one here did lose a couple leaves, but I don't know if you can see down there. It's that's a new flower stem, a brand new flower stem that's coming. At least I think it's a flower stem. It could be just a new plant shoot altogether. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It hasn't really grown bigger than that since, I guess, a couple weeks after I got it, and I noticed it. Anyway, so that's really it for these. I'm just gonna put them back in the pots. They stay nice and moist. This plant, this Norfolk Island pine, likes a lot of moisture, so I can almost drown this thing. I keep a nice, this is an old skillet. I keep it nice and, I don't keep it full, but when I see water coming out of there and pooling, that's when I know I can stop. But anyway, I generally just fill that up, and keeps everything moist. That's how I keep these orchids humid. You know, another way to keep them humid would be to put them sitting on top of pebbles that are sitting in a tray full of water. But anyway, so I'll put the rest of those back in there in a minute. I wanted to show you this after I touch those, because this is a plant that somebody just gave me. The person that gave me those orchids over there gave me this plant here, and by all, you know, all other what do you call it? What am I trying to say here? It looks like it should be a healthy plant, but excuse me, when I got it, it had like 3 or 4 leaves just sitting in the bag. In the bag, you know, that little plastic bag that they come wrapped in, just sitting like this. And this leaf was actually attached. It just disattached this morning because it's actually got a very bad disease. It's called microfungus. And I just started noticing this thing happening to my orchids maybe 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago. I had a beautiful orchid when I first started cultivating orchids. And I had that orchid for like a long time, like almost 7 years, 8, 10 years maybe. I don't remember how long it was. But I had it in high school. I had it through college. I had it through part of the time that I was married. I remember my daughter was born and we took pictures with the orchid out in the balcony. But anyway, and then they started developing this kind of thing where it would rot and die suddenly. I don't know if you can see, but this is just completely dead. This is the stem where the leaves should be coming from, and it's completely black. It's just this little remnants of this yellow where the leaf cuff, I guess, used to come from. It is black. It's just the fungus is just so pervasive in there. Look at that. And this beautiful flower stem, it's got these beautiful, gorgeous Phalaenopsis flowers. It looks like there's absolutely nothing wrong, but if you look at the base of this the stem, let me try turning on the okay, let's see if that helps a little. There you go. You can see right there that right there it's black, and then the rest of the stem looks fine except for this here. Oh, these little leaf cuffs. I guess I'm going to call it a leaf cuff. It's yellowing. So, anyway, what I'm going to do right now is because I had this thing up here, you know, away from those, but not really thinking about it too hard. And then I was talking to my husband about how, you know, this poor plant is just dying, and it's got this microfungus. And he says, well, get rid of it. Throw it in the garbage. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Because I got these other beauties, and they're doing fantastically well. And it's been actually years since I was able to have orchids again. I would buy orchids, and they would all wilt away and die. And but these have lasted a while already. Even it's only just been like a few months, but that's long enough, honestly. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. Well, I guess what I wanted to stress is that when you get something like this happening, do not go around touching this thing and then go on touching that. So that's why I showed you these first, and then I came over here. I'm going to cut this flower off, and then I'm going to put it in a vase and stick it in the bathroom. So I'm going to enjoy the flower, and it'll be away from the other plants. If I can do this without 2 hands. I think I can. Alright, cool. So here we go. So I'm going to stick it into this little thing right now and put it in my bathroom. And I'll enjoy these flowers. Hopefully the little, what do you call it? These little buds will continue to flower. The light's off. Let's see. Oh, that actually doesn't help. So, hopefully these little flower buds will continue to do good things and not just fall off. So anyway, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave that in here. It's a nice little pretty display. And that's it. That's it for today. So I guess I remembered one more thing I wanted to say. So I wanted to show you these beautiful roots on this poor dying plant. Now this little browning thing right here is the only other than the top's totally dying. This might give you hope because the roots are nice and strong looking, green, beautifully turgid, full of water, that is to say, turgid. But I have seen this before many times where you think, okay, well, the root system looks healthy and, you know, there's a little bit of green left on that stem there on the bottom. Well, maybe it'll just develop a new stem and it'll come back. But believe you me, that microfungus is in there. It's in there, and it will completely kill the plant before long. So before it actually starts to spread, since it is a fungus rather than a virus or whatever, I am chucking it. I forgot to mention that. So I just wanted to let you know, just because you see a beautiful looking root system on the bottom and the top is completely dead doesn't mean that it's going to come back. It won't. Because the fungus is imbued into the whole plant system. So throw it away. Trust me. Burn it if you can, okay?